You know, the shape of the wood is very important.
Well, it is. They like walk around through the little Irish woods there looking for the proper wood.
You have to make sure it's got the right curvature to it.
It does. It does. If the wood doesn't curve the way you need it to curve to get to the spot you need it to get to, then what good's the *𝓚𝓼𝓻𝓵𝓭?
It's not.
Right.
It's just nothing but a snake beating toy.
Yes. I'm not beating a snake with my *𝓚𝓼𝓻𝓵. I'm not doing it. I don't know what you're talking about, but...
Come on! The weekend has landed. All that exists now is clubs, drugs, pubs, and parties. I've got 48 hours off from the world, man. I'm gonna blow steam out of my head like a screaming kettle. I'm gonna talk cod shit to strangers all night. I'm gonna lose the plot on the dance floor. The free radicals inside me are freaking, man. Tonight I'm Chip Travolta. I'm Peter Popper. I'm going to Never Neverland with my chosen family, man. We're gonna get more spaced out than Neil Armstrong ever did. Anything could happen tonight, you know? This could be the best night of my life. I've got 73 quid in my back burner. I'm gonna wax the lot, man. The Milky Bars are on me!
And now, live from Rule 34 Studio, I bring you a girl that wants to remind you to never skimp on the lube. Here she is, your host, the one, the only, Kinky Katie.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show. This is Kinky Katie's World number 452. I'm your host, Kinky Katie, and with me, as always, is my absolute favorite flesh-covered fuck toy, the one, the only, the birthday boy, Mr. SC.
Right.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
Yay.
Sure.
Everybody's been wishing you happy birthday on social media
Okay.
today.
Well, thank you.
Well, yeah, because SC doesn't do social media.
Yeah, it seems lefty-handed to me.
Left-handed?
Anyway, left-handed. Being right-handed, that would be, it feels off-handed, let me say. I don't want to, like, pick on the lefties of the world.
You know, they say that they die quicker or sooner than right-handed people?
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I've heard that.
Well, because all the safety devices are all set up for right-handed people. It's just set up to murder the lefties, that's all.
Left-handed scissors suck.
Well, yeah, because they're for left hands.
We are coming to you live from Rule 34 Studio, KinkyKatieRadio.com, and RadioCast.net.
Yeah.
I have been highly prepped, and poor SC's been running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He's been trying to get everything together and doing little things here and there. I was trying to be helpful, but pretty much I made worse.
Well, that's okay. We're in line now.
Yeah, we are. We are.
I decided to take on a late project this afternoon, and it took me longer than I thought. So.
Well, and I was gonna help you, but then I figured that I shouldn't help you.
Yeah. Well,
so then, but I was like, if he wants my help, he'll ask.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
We made it.
They're neat looking.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have little pots of lube.
Right.
But yes, no, that is a very solid piece of advice: is don't skimp on the lube.
Well, especially, I mean, you've always been, lube centric. You need something.
Yeah.
You need external help.
I do.
Uh-huh. Yeah. At 25 years old, you were the same way. Some people are just like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, I was a stopper for a long time, and then all of a sudden, I just hit a certain age, and I dried up.
Mm-hmm.
I have like an internal 𝓚𝓵𝓵.
You saw too much. I saw too much.
Yeah. You wore out the lining of it. My God.
You broke your pumper, lady.
How do you do that?
You had a lifetime of juice, and you just used it all up in one shot.
How in the world did that well run dry that fast?
Right.
God. But yes, no, lube is your friend, and we do preach that quite a bit. Right?
Yeah.
We practice.
Don't be a barbarian, really. I mean, if you need it, use it, right?
Right.
If you're going to do a handy, what are you doing? What are you getting? I mean, lotion, whatever. Just buy some lube. It's worth it.
Yeah, I can't believe some people, too, they scoff at using lotion to masturbate with if you're a guy.
It's like, what are you doing? Why? If you're going to go through the trouble to actually sit down and rub one out, right? You're going to deal with the mess. You're going to deal with the preparation. You're going to deal with finding content to work on while you're going through all of this. Just take the extra step. Just a little bit of extra effort because you're doing it already. You're doing all the dirty cleanup, all of the setup. You're getting it all ready, and yet you're gonna choke right at the end.
Well, I don't know. Maybe some people like it dry. Like they
I
like
guess.
because maybe that's what they're used to. Maybe they don't know. But as soon as they first try lube, they'd be like, oh.
Well, you know what it is. They don't
goes
want to deal with
fast.
cleanup afterwards, so they don't want to deal with having to like sop up some weird silicone lube. You know what I mean?
That's not sopping up. Just rub it in. It makes you.
Or you got to get like a wet washcloth or something. You know, I guess you could just wipe. Yeah, what are we talking
Oh,
about?
gee, now you know how we feel. I'm sorry, but I know quite a few of us listening out there have heard the old line, hold on, I'll get you a towel.
Yeah, okay. Where-
Because
really?
it is somewhere.
Is that
or
Japanese? I think that might be Korean. I don't know.
Squiggly
I don't
line,
recognize
loopy
that at all.
squiggly line, bubbly squiggle.
I have no idea what that phrase means at all.
It's kind of annoying though when you get the whole like belly button just jacuzzi. You know what I mean?
No, I really don't. But you can.
Yeah,
tell
of course
me,
you don't.
I mean, I can visualize having a hot load shot in my.
On your pulled out, I mean, shot on your stomach, and then it just fucking pulls in your belly button. You're like,
You fill up the area that was your last contact with your mother before you were spat out.
well,
Right,
not
I
according to you. According to you, mine's fake.
I get that. Well, it kind of is.
It is not.
It's been moved around.
It's just it hasn't been moved around. It's just been shortened. Oh my gosh. There was this total fucking dick face that I had on Facebook. It was the shortest cringe conversation.
Okay. Well, as cringe conversation should be kind of short. I mean, that's, if you're lucky.
What if you're lucky. Yeah, he says hi, I'm like hello. He's like, how are you, queen? I was like, okay, yourself. And he's like I'm young men, 20 years old. And you? I'm like, ooh, you're a bit too young for me. Have a great day. He's like, why? Sad face, crying face. So please refer to my previous reply. You're too fucking young to be funny. Then he sends me a dick pic. He goes, look, small or big? Kissy face. Call me. I'm like, get the fuck out of my face. I'm not taking you today.
Did it look like a gooey duck this time is what I want to know. Last week it was a gooey duck. You were attacked by a gooey duck.
That's right. This I don't know, but it's like gross. I don't want to see your fucking dick. Put
You
it
sure?
away. I didn't
Come
ask
on.
for it.
Yes, you did. Really? I mean, you really wanted it the whole time. Don't lie.
Oh, of course. It's because that high was just said it all. I mean, you got to read between the lines.
We're right.
Because every girl that says hi, like replies hi or hello to you back. I mean, that's total
You
invitation for a
acknowledged. You
dick
made eye
pic.
contact, so
You
it's
did.
too late now.
I know.
It's your fault.
I so wanted it. I'm such a fucking whore. Oh my god.
Are we far off the mark here, really?
I put it out there all the time, man. That's what I do.
Okay. So I refer you to my previous answer. So you're not like jumping back on that or what?
No,
You mean it didn't work?
not this time.
Come on.
Well, I
That
found
always
someone
works.
else who is cruder.
Unsolicited D Pic is always the way to go. I mean, for some people, that's like their go-to move. It's like the Hail Mary. Here, look at my dick.
What do you think of it? Do you like it? Isn't it awesome?
Right.
Go away. I love you. Go
Right.
away.
Well, from my perspective, it's an odd move anyway, just because, in my mind, the only way you would send a dick pic would be to like take a picture, go get it developed, and physically mail a picture of your dick to somebody. Like, it wasn't a thing for me for a good part of my life. It wasn't like an option to like, so the idea that now, not only is it an option, and not only is it like people do weird shit by just sending it out to whoever, but it's a pretty common thing. I mean, it's straight across the board.
I mean, if-
most people have sent a picture of their wiener to somebody.
If I wanted to see your wiener, I would see your wiener. I would just.
What if I don't want you to see my wiener?
Then I will look at it anyway.
Let's see. Look what you're doing now.
That's right.
What you're doing.
Oh,
What kind of example
dear.
are you?
I am a sexually aggressive woman. Woo.
Okay.
Whatever. I'm a.
There's a difference between that and just outright assault, really.
Well, I mean, I don't fucking like pin him down and
You would if you could get away with
see
it.
your dick or you're gonna get it.
Well,
you know,
if you could get away with it, you probably would.
No, I don't have the fucking like the old lady thirst that hard to fucking say, I want to see it. I want to see it.
Well, you might not actually want to see it. You may just want to humiliate the person.
No, that's true too.
You may just want to see them squirm and scream in terror.
No, that's right.
Okay, so back to the previous thing.
It's what are you saying? Yeah. I guess
so
you're
you
right.
would do that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. If it did make someone feel like super uncomfortable and I didn't like them, I would push it.
Right. Well,
Whatever.
Okay.
Like, why don't you want me to see it? That's gross. Let me see it. Show it to me.
I know. I've seen you in action. I know. I've experienced this. Right. I know how to shut you down.
Yeah, but you're different, and that's why you're with me, is because no one else knows what the fuck to do with me. After a while, they're like, I don't know anymore. I can't with her.
It's always a slap and a pickle, really. It's what you need for everybody out there.
Yeah.
A slap and a pickle.
Oh, also, everyone's been very concerned about my nipple pain, and I want to tell you that one of them feels fine now. The other one's still a little sore, but definitely getting better.
That's what happens when you leave giant size piercings out of your nipples for several days.
Yeah, I had 2 gauge rings in, which you guys are on Twitter. On my Twitter, you've seen constantly, and I took them out because it's nice every once in a while, and I talked about them because I like the feeling. So I got some barbells, and I'm like, all right, well, I left the hoops out for about a day too long, and I went to stick the barbells in, and something tells me. And it might have a little bit of truth to it that these might be slightly larger
They could
than
be.
the hoops.
It could be. Well, but then again, you had them out for 4 days, so
I did.
And it's not like an earlobe. I mean, it's a nipple, for crying out loud.
Right, but
I hear those things are pretty sensitive. I hear that people who have like big chubby nipples, really, it can be an owie thing.
Well, mine have become chubby because of how big my gauges have gotten.
Right. Well, we don't really know because you've had them for so
28
long.
years.
Well, so we have no idea what your natural nipple development would have been like. We have no clue.
Well, my areolas are big, so
We could like put ChatGPT on it and try to see if we could have him recreate, what your nipples would have looked like if you hadn't had, large gauges pierced through them for, decades.
I wonder if they could do that.
I don't know. Could do everything, I think whatever.
Yeah.
Or it will be.
So if you guys are good with computers out there in listening land, send me some pictures of what you think my tits will look like.
You don't even have to be good. You just have to be like have an account and go and ask it some fucking questions.
All right, go do that.
Right. See,
Right.
Where would you be without this wonderful tool? Like, you wouldn't be able to do an artist rendering of a nipple, what it would have been like theoretically if it hadn't had a giant barbell through it forever.
I'm sure they could do that because they can like age people, or make them younger. And,
I don't know if nipple age regression technology is really like at the bleeding edge that you think it is. Maybe
I don't know.
Somebody could write it, I'm sure, but who knows if computers even thought about what a nipple looks like young and old. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I've been thinking.
Right.
What would a nipple look like? Let's put it in there. They have a bath bomb that's shaped like a
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's shaped like a butt plug gnome.
Aren't all gnomes kind of butt plug looking? Is there a gnome that doesn't look like a butt plug?
But usually their hats taper like the pointy like a dunce cap. This one is blunt like a butt plug. But that's
pointy. What do you mean?
No.
That's a perfectly pointy.
It's blunted. It's rounded off.
They all look like butt plugs.
Well, anyway, it's a bath bomb, so I guess you can either stick it in your bath or stick it up your bum.
I mean, you just see butt plugs and everyday items, really, at this point.
It's butt plugs everywhere. Oh, well then fine. Since we're talking about butt plugs, I went and I found the Irish sex toys because St. Patrick's Day is next week.
We have some wooden sticks that we carve right out of the wood. We call them shillelaghs.
I'll beat you to death.
Right, something. I don't know. I've seen gangs in New York. I know how that shit works.
Oh, there was just this one thing that was talking about, if it's anyway.
We've watched several videos on shillelagh making.
Oh, yes, I know. I know.
We're experts at that already.
I've waxed them before.
Right. They do the whole process of stuff they do. You never thought that, somebody's stick bludgeon would like have that much technology in it. You know what I mean? Like they have the shape of the wood, the this, the that, the curing, the fucking finish on it.
The shape of the wood is very important.
Well, it is. They like walk around through the little Irish woods there looking for the proper wood.
You have to make sure it's got the right curvature to it.
It does. If the wood doesn't curve the way you need it to curve to get to the spot you need it to get to, then what good's the shillelagh?
It's not.
Right.
It's just nothing but a snake beating toy.
Yes. I'm not beating a snake with my shillelagh. I'm not doing it. I don't know what you're talking about, but
there's so much leprechaun porn that's out there right now.
It's that time of year.
I know it is, but that's what I'm saying is I went and I'm, like you do. And I was,
you do.
And I looked up leprechaun porn, and I love when the sluts and sex workers, when they really get into holidays.
But, okay, right?
Themes.
Well, because
it's fun.
If you're sitting around trying to figure out what you're going to do for content tomorrow, any holiday that you could possibly glom onto for ideas.
I could milk a few out of that.
Well, it's just an idea for content. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's there's a lot of LPs that are dressed up as leprechauns.
Don't use your fancy acronyms on me. Little people, small ones.
All right. Them
short people. Yes. I don't think they like short either. We can't use any descriptive words at all.
That's why I just said LP, because that's from the last that I knew. That was the correct terminology as of now, but I don't know if it's changed. So
not everybody understands your acronym, though. You know what I mean?
I don't understand everybody's acronym all the time.
No.
What are you gonna do?
Huh?
What was that?
What?
Anyway, back to sex
You're
toys.
talking?
You have a face? You have a head.
I was thinking about your nipples. I don't know. I get confused sometimes.
It's chubs.
Yeah.
I want to get the little swingy thingies to go around the barbells.
Right.
It's like a little swing. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a hinge.
A swing.
Yeah.
Sure.
And hang a little charm from them.
Sure. That doesn't sound grabby at all. That'd be cool.
Well, I had them when they were smaller. When they were a smaller gauge. They were really cute. They were silver, and then they had little blue hearts that hung from them. Little gems.
Okay.
Anyway, well, they're a lot bigger now, so I don't know what the fuck to do. You're right, though. Probably snag on something.
We'll get like a full-size macaque to just chill out and hang from the nips.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd like to carry around a couple of macaques.
Constantly.
Right. I've always wanted to do that. I don't know why. Carry some monkeys around.
Okay. So St. Patrick's Day sex toys. There is an awful lot of butt plugs because it's the best and easiest way, I believe, to add a shamrock to some shit.
And Irish people like butt stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that. That's universal.
Well, lots of Catholics there.
Knowledge. Yeah.
Right.
Holy 𝓦𝓸𝓻𝓵𝓭.
Trying to prevent Irish twins and triplets.
That's why they fuck boys.
This is what I'm saying. Butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's that time of year again, folks. It's St. Patrick's Day kind, so it's butt stuff.
Leprechaun butt stuff time.
Butt fucking month. Hey, butt stuff. They have cans of beers that are secret fleshlights.
Okay.
I've seen those a lot, like different kinds of cans.
Undercover fleshlights.
Undercover fleshlights, right. Like if you're going to use them in your car.
Mm-hmm.
That's like... I love that. I've seen that advertisement before, too. You guys have not because they only played it in certain adult stores. So maybe you have. Who knows? But there was a whole display that they would have of different incognito fleshlights.
Okay.
But this is use it in your car. Use it in your office. It's like... You want to sit with like a beer in your car like a tall boy, but it's not. You're just fucking it.
It's a much better idea, you know. That way when the cops show up, you'd be like, no, sir, I swear to God, I was just beating off.
Yeah, would you
I
rather...
wasn't drinking. What do you think I am? I get lonely out here.
I am not a heathen, sir.
I'm using lube. Jeez.
As
God.
you should. Oh, and just because something is colored green doesn't mean that it's a St. Patrick's Day toy, because that's just a cop-out, I think.
Is it?
Like, well, you can't just paint something green and be like, no, it's St. Patrick's.
Well, whatever. You get a green butt plug, and when somebody's trying to pinch you and you got the butt plug in, you know, I got green on. What? I got green in me, bitch.
In me, on me, around me. Did you hear about that lady? She put her dead boyfriend's ashes in a butt plug and shoved them in her ass and got in trouble going through TSA at the airport.
She suitcased the suitcase there.
Yeah,
Why was she smuggling out ashes?
She wasn't smuggling. Like, she said that was his favorite place to be. Was up her butt. So she had a special butt plug made that was an urn, and she had his ashes up in there, so then she just shoved it up her butt.
All right. I mean, what she really meant was he fucked with her all the time and was constantly following her, and she's the one that murked him in self-defense because he was a horrible, horrible stalker, like that series on Netflix.
How do you like it now? Now you've always been on my ass, and now you still are. She's been able to take him to a bunch of places. Like,
okay, she's traveling with him.
She's traveling the world, every place like they wanted to go or whatever. She takes him to concerts.
Did they confiscate the ashes of the butt boy?
They gave him back though. They did. They took him because when she went through one of the scanners, she's like, "This is the first time that this has happened that I got in trouble for." I think she was in another country or something, but she's like, "I got him in there." Well, into the country.
Well, they don't care. Like, the TSA is when you're coming back into the U.S. I mean, so, the U.S. end of it is always harder than, I mean, if you go to fucking Dubai, landing in Dubai, they're going to be like, oh, whatever, come on in. We don't care. Come on in. You know what I mean?
Is there room for one more?
Uh-huh.
Can I try him out for a little bit?
You come back to the U.S. and they get all paranoid. You know
what is up your butt?
Well, it could have been drugs. Not for nothing.
It's just Justin.
Oddly enough, Justin's made out of fentanyl. I'm sorry. Hey, it was a fentanyl boyfriend.
Oh no, you're right. I swallowed the other one. Oopsie. No, but I don't know. I mean, I guess do what you want to do. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of a sweet notebook like story there, boy ties, girl shoves boy up girl's ass and carries him around the world so she can continue her travels with butt boy.
Butt boy.
What else would you call him, really?
I don't know.
I mean, that's his favorite place.
Yeah, that's what she said. It was his favorite place.
Sylvia's butt boy. That's what we call him. Sylvia's butt boy.
Also, they have a pattern where you can crochet yourself your own leprechaun cock sheath.
Okay.
Complete with googly eyes, if you're so sure.
Oh, look at that.
It's like a dick warmer.
Right, with some strings to hold it up in case it needs some support.
Well, no, because, you tie it around your waist so it stays on. And if you decide not to use it anymore, you can use it to, I don't know, move your cast iron pan. Because you can stick
with
it on the handle. No, not with your dick.
I mean, that's what you were saying. It sounds kind of dangerous to try to move hot cast iron with your wiener.
Well, it depends. I mean, how good are those blue chews? I can move cast iron with this shit. Pasties, of course, that's always, fine. Lucky Charm underwear is great. There's nothing mysterious.
I mean, really,
there.
Pasties. What are we talking about? We're covering stuff up at this point.
Yeah,
you're going the wrong way.
What? Yeah, you're going the wrong way. Don't do that. There's this kink app that I looked up that someone suggested to me, and it's called Ajar.
Okay.
Now, if you're into this sort of thing, cool, but This is freaky as fuck. It's the kink of unlocking your house and inviting strangers inside.
Why are you giving warnings based on that? What are you talking about? Leaving your door open and inviting strangers to come in? No, that sounds like a horrible idea on the face of it, really.
Yeah, it's completely anonymous, blindfolded sex, and it's gaining more followers and stuff. So basically, what it is. It's kind of like Grindr or whatever, but it's called Door Ajar.
I like how you said Grindr because we all know this is mostly going to be dudes.
Yeah.
I would imagine this is mostly going to be guys, because they're not worried about, for whatever reason, they're not worried about getting murdered.
Well, one of the guys that they talked to, they said, this is definitely a kink for me, says Dan Thomas, a 32-year-old gay man. And
yeah.
They arrange for the door to be unlocked and they hook up so the person just comes in at a lot of time, just walks right into your fucking house and just bangs you 6 way from Sunday and then
I mean, I can see I don't know. I mean, I could see some people being all into it, but it's going to end badly. Somebody's going to get hurt here. No doubt.
Someone's going to get hurt because you're supposed to be blindfolded. It's supposed to be completely anonymous, like you don't know.
I mean, at that point, though, do you care really what happens as long as you survive it, right? Like you're not maimed. You're into the whippy smacky. You're into the whole humiliation, whatever's going to happen aspect of it. I mean, obviously, you're inviting somebody over and leaving your door open, so I would imagine that does it for you.
What if the person's like a disease or like a gigantic knife or whatever?
But why would the person need a knife? He doesn't need anything because you're just like, oh yeah. There's
no, what if he wants to kill you?
This is what I'm saying. As long as you survive and you walk away with all of the parts that you came with.
I'm just happy I can limp away.
Right. I mean, no, it sounds like it's a completely horrible idea. People will get hurt. Well, you'd think. Maybe not. Maybe it's got a really good terms of service.
I mean, there's been some places like, especially at the one, what is that one hotel that's right off of OBT that,
I forget the name of it.
I can't believe I totally had a brain fart and don't remember.
Right.
But anyway, there's this bar, this club / hotel that people will go to, and it there you could walk down like the courtyard, and doors to the hotel would be open, and there would just be a
Parliament House.
Parliament House. There you go.
Bing, 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 bing.
And there would be dudes like on all fours, just with their ass pointed at the open door, like, say what you like, why don't you come on in and take a little spin.
Right.
So,
right. Oh, there was all kinds of stuff that went down at that place here and there. There would be.
It was fun though.
Okay. It sounds like fun.
Well, I mean, it was fun being on drugs and being a spectator.
Been spending most of my life living in a caveman's paradise.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was going off in my head when I was thinking about Parliament House.
Either.
It's in a rough part of town, too.
It is.
Well, there's a lot of prostitution going on that road.
There is.
There's a 3-story porn store right down the street.
I work there.
Right. You get all the lube you need. More lube than you can use.
I still like that you can buy a vat of lube on from like Amazon. And when I say vat, I mean, like, have you ever seen?
It's not even a 55-gallon drum either. It's
no, they have those too. But
well, yeah, that's the smaller end, really.
Right, but they have the ones that come in plastic, but they're also encased in like a metal cage.
They're like industrial containers. They're like industrial liquid containers, and they're like the size of a pallet, that you would see, but maybe 4 feet high and just a solid tank.
Yeah, kind of like what you see sometimes if you'll see trucks going along the side of the road or the highway, like spraying weeds or like spraying the grass.
Yeah,
it's like one of those
on the back,
gigantic tanks.
Right.
Can you imagine that?
Well, I can imagine
fun.
That. I guess we'd have to go heavy on the. I mean, you'd almost have to coat the house in some sort of a plastic, but you'd slip and fall. I don't know what the solution is.
Do it at someone else's house. Don't do it your own.
A hotel for sure.
Or do it outside.
I mean, get
a bounce house.
Even if you are using like stain-free stuff, you're kidding.
Still hurts.
I mean, there's going to be little spots. There's going to be lube everywhere.
Forever unclean. I know. That's like if you put anything like oil based or silicone on a waterbed. I had a waterbed for a while, and I saw this or I read this article like that's. Oh, it's so hot. I love it. You take the sheet off the waterbed, just use that rubber mattress and you cover it with lube and you can slide all over it. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be hot. No.
No. It's because then you get little grit and stuff. And then you're like, why is that like so gritty?
Got the wood, on the outside.
Uh-huh.
It just gets under the match.
Uh-huh. It seems like we've all oiled those things up. Those of us old enough to have an old style waterbed.
Such a nightmare.
I mean, because I've done that before too. Just oiled that bitch up and gone crazy, and yet it wasn't a pleasant experience. It wasn't.
I mean, I like body slides mostly because I like tits and stuff. Like I like to lube it all up and just like rub. Flesh against flesh.
It's like your porn genre is all the oil massages and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, but the other thing too is I love one of the things that like really, really kind of makes me horny is like a latex glove, but like an opera length one. I don't want to be fisted, but kind of like, but it would be
you
a
definitely
fisting
want
glove.
to be. But you want to be comfortable with it. You want it to feel the way you want it to feel. But the idea of a fist being up your sniz, to some extent, you could be into.
Well, because the whole thing is, I'm really into like being either on all fours or just behind or on my stomach or whatever. Just have like the hand all like lubed up and just rub it over my pussy and then like slip a couple of fingers in and just give me a good just bowling ball and
Right.
and
I
just
guess
rub all. It's just slippery and slick and
there's no fingernails and everything is nice and tidy.
No rings of death.
Right, I'm not actually touching you really.
Well, no, but you are.
But you're not.
Well, that's like I used to like wearing my knee-high like go-go boots, my vinyl boots when I'd have satin sheets on the bed because they would slip and slide over the sheets. Mm-hmm. I love that. That's why I think I've never tried it, but I think I would like one of those vacuum beds.
Vacuum bed.
Vacuum.
Oh, the things that you put yourself in a space-saving bag and vacuum suck yourself down.
Yeah, and then people would like cover you in goo and just like rub all over you or whatever.
Right, I could see you being into that for a minute. But then the aspect of not moving around depends on the mood you're in, really.
Well, then someone would probably bring up Fire in the Sky, and I'm like, no, because Fire in the Sky was an alien movie where there was like a scary part where they put him in a vacuum bed, and then they just like he can't breathe, he's dying, and then they finally cut a slit for his mouth, but then they shoved this like gray jello in his mouth and then cram some metal tube down his throat, and he's like. I mean, it's freaking scary or whatever. So then, yeah, maybe I don't want to do that.
I didn't even know that reference and whatever.
Well, because if I said DB Sweeney's in it, you'd be like, oh, DB Cooper.
Yeah, I don't even know what that dude looks like.
I know you don't.
I think every time you mention him, I go to look him up because I don't ever remember what he looks like.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, we're going to go to an episode of Rule 34. And when we come back, we are going to have more stuff to talk about. So, yeah, stick around, go pee, grab a drink. We'll be back. And welcome back to the show, Kinky Katie's World. Rule 34 Studio, KinkyKatieRadio.com and RadioChaos.net.
Yeah.
Get me on the Twitter at Kinky Katie Radio, KinkyKatieRadio.com, KinkyKatieRadio@gmail.com. You can Google me because I like it. You can also get me on YouTube and Instagram. So like and subscribe.
Beat caught up with you there, didn't it?
It did.
Right.
Well, because I had
sneaky.
I had a little refresher like I usually do during the break, and when it comes back,
on your prep.
That's right. So it kind of grabs you by the boo-boo sometimes.
Right?
It does.
Are you okay?
Am I ever?
Yeah, sometimes. Every once in a while.
There's this person in Maine that they're trying to keep their vanity license plate on their car.
Right.
Because but the like DMV is like, it's naughty. And they're like, no, it's not. And they're like, yes, it's vulgar. And they're like, no, it isn't. They're vegetarians. And the license plate says love, LUV, tofu, TOFU. They're saying it says love to fuck you.
Yeah, well.
Love to fuck you. No, it says love tofu.
Right.
And he's got it, the dad's taking a picture of it. The kids, him and his kids are sitting right in front of it, just like smiling, like. I mean, they got it. I mean, they know.
Sure they do.
Of course they do.
Especially that little kid on the right there. I mean, he definitely knows. He's been taught.
He's been taught
what that is.
I get it. Oh.
Right. When they say this, little boy, I'll tell you what, you better tell them we're vegetarians. You tell them it's all about the goddamn tofu. It's not really fucking you, even though it's fucking you.
Yeah, but it's really going to fuck up his dating life when he gets older, because he's going to walk up to a girl and be like, hey, you like tofu? Yeah? You want some tofu, baby?
Right.
It's like, no. Ew.
No, he's going to do it the old-fashioned way and have his own children so he can, continue the circle of violence.
Circle of violence?
Right.
Thankfully, that's kind of stopped. It's slowed down. The circle of violence has kind of... It's
with who?
The merry-go-round is slowed in the house with the cats, the boys.
Okay.
With who?
Well, because there's a lot of people that have the circle of violence that goes on.
Well, I said in the house. I didn't mean...
I don't know.
We're not having a circle of violence.
Yeah. I'll end it. I'll end it right here.
No one will know either. No one will help me.
Well... I mean, that's good. Yeah. No, I mean, that's a fair statement. I don't think anybody in the neighborhood, they're just not stop the big dude from doing anything, really. I don't think.
I've had four people.
They don't come across that way anyway. Maybe they are.
I've had like 4 people tell me about the neighbor down the way.
Which neighbor down the way?
That I don't know, but I mean, I remember her name because she used to sit outside right next to the mailboxes.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know, because you don't see any of these people.
Well, everybody avoids me. Like, every place that we've ever lived. Everybody just kind of, like, if I go, they just go past. I mean, they'll be friendly with me, but they don't really, nobody engages with me. It just doesn't happen.
I don't know why everybody does here with me.
Okay, because you look like the friendly end of it. You know what I mean?
And I smile. They're like, hi. I'm like, hi. And they're like, hey, guess what?
You're the crazy ceiling troll lady, right?
Yeah. Well, did you know they took so-and-so to the hospital and they amputated her foot? And I'm like, oh.
I don't know who this person is, but okay. Right.
And there's been like 7 old ladies that tell me like where they live, and they're like, come by anytime. Like, all right.
Well, at least they're being friendly.
They are. No, everybody's like super duper friendly. Speaking of friendly, in Berlin, they're trying to pass I guess a bill or whatever. I guess you call it a bill, but they're trying to let everybody go topless at public swimming pools.
Well, I mean, they don't care. I mean, I've been to nude beaches, in like St. Martin, and that's all French, and it just doesn't matter to them at all.
Tits are tits. Whatever. Yeah. Nobody cares.
I enjoyed it as a young teenager, though. I was all into it, for sure.
I've never been to nude beaches. Well, I never wanted to go to one. Because I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable naked, but then again, it was a beach and I don't like the ocean, so fuck that.
Well, it's the outdoor part of the outdoor that you're talking about.
Oh, burning your nipples? But tiger stripes on the cock.
Yeah, I'm not into it either, really. Mostly, we literally live in the devil's asshole, though. I mean, Florida it's hot as dog shit and it's humid. Summertime is no like joking around here at all. Like, so I'm going to strip naked and do anything out near that ball of fire that's out there. No, thank you. It's
But we know people that fucking love it. They're like, oh yeah, it's going to Oliver down in Miami.
You see them all the time standing there just sunbathing.
And then you get the whole trend now. I think it's it's died out. What?
The perineum sunning.
Yeah. They're just holding their knees up in the air. Gotta sun my asshole.
Right. Well, it's the magic spot for vitamin D, apparently. Like, it solves all of your ailments, getting some sun on your butthole.
Well, because that's where the D goes.
You know, it's one of those things that, you know, I can imagine you doing that just for fun. Like, I don't want to have any tan lines. Like, I want to make sure that, well, I understand tan lines. I get it.
Okay.
So you just want to blend, you know, fine. But literally sitting down and you know, summoning the gods of the yogi and getting the vitamin D because it's going to do all of these wonderful things for you, getting some sun on your butthole. What's going on here? Why do you believe that? You know.
Well, and how bad that I burn too. I could be out in the sun for 5 minutes and my cheeks and my nose get pink. Imagine something that has never seen the sun.
Oh, I mean, it's seen the sun, but, you know, just not a lot of it. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I pulled those cheeks apart out in the sunlight before.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I have.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Right.
But what I'm saying is I haven't gotten it sunburned, and knowing me, it would happen to me where I would totally burn my asshole. And then, since I have such a flat ass, and, you know, your asshole's right next to your pussy, you're sunning your ass, you could burn the rim of your cooch.
Well, here again, an awful lot of people like being naked outside, though. It's like a thing for them. I
like skinny dip.
I mean, I understand the I feel free and unencumbered. Yeah, no, that's cool. Okay. But outdoors, I don't know. We live in a swamp. I mean, there's alligators and snakes and bugs and
bugs.
Just, you know, you can be one with nature. That's cool.
Yeah, but somebody's hot tub or somebody's pool at their house, when you know there's no alligators or sharks in it, you know, I like to go naked.
I'll clear out the sharks in the spa for you, sweetie. It'll be fine. I'll take care of the pool sharks. I'll do like a pool shark exorcism.
Exorcism?
We'll call the pool shark king Tiger King's cousin. Right. It's from Miami.
Oh my God.
He is.
No, that's where the alligator people are.
Are they?
Or down in South Florida.
Which alligator people are you talking about?
There's a bunch of them.
Well, yeah, there's a lot more alligators down there. There really is.
I had someone ask me one time, they're like, there's companies down there you will call to like animal control that will take like specifically for alligators?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Uh-huh. Right.
They go, that's not weird. Like no.
No, not at all. Why would it be weird?
They've grown up with them.
I mean, I knew lots of people who did that for a living. Who
Yeah.
went and got alligators, snatched them out of ponds and whatever. I've been a part of some alligator snatchings. Well,
Alligator snatching.
Well, mostly it's like there'll be some golf course, something like that, and somebody will know somebody and just be like, "Hey, you guys get this gator out of here for me?
Can you please get this gigantic lizard out of my way?"
People are golfing and somebody's getting eaten at some point, so we got to kind of get this one out of here. So they would just know some white trash living in a trailer park. They'd be like, "I'll do it. Goddamn, I'll go get that goddamn gator. Give me $500. I'll come get it right now."
They ate Mrs. Beverly's Pomeranian.
Seriously. Right.
Yeah, I know.
Right. And then they'd be like, "What are you going to do with it? We're going to relocate it." They never relocated it. They just murdered the alligator. There's billions of them down there.
Get it and eat it.
That's just what happened. Sell it to the restaurant over on Griffin Road there.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. That
Fresh gator.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. Completely normal. It's completely normal.
It's a nice belt you got there. It's new.
Well, what are you going to do? You just when they encroach into areas where there's people, like, you know, it's easy enough to not get eaten by one of these dinosaurs. I mean, it kind of is. We get used to it.
And everyone's like, oh, how could you kill? They're everywhere.
Really? They're not
have
endangered here
farms.
at all. Right. Well, no, and that when you're like running the little jogging path that you've always run down.
Oh my God.
And you enjoy it, and you run down it one day, and there's an 8-foot alligator just sitting there hissing at you. You change your mind really quick on, hey man, that thing literally is a dinosaur, and it's not going to move. Like, the rest of my existence, I can never go down this path ever again because the fucking alligator owns this path now. There's nothing we can do.
Right.
They don't know. They don't move very fast. They're not too hard to deal with. Just get them out.
I think people are starting to get lazier and lazier now when they start doing articles. Like, they don't have anything new, I think, in ideas to write about, which I can understand. I can get that. But, you know, for like sex tips and advice tips and stuff like advice.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
your chickie columns, yeah,
like stuff like that. And they always try to figure out something to do that goes along with a holiday that's coming up, you know, like, 29 turkey stuffing positions.
The same thing that sex workers do. They gotta match their content to the season. Gotta do seasonal content. Very key for people for some reason.
Oh, they're like, you got it. I have seen now like 7 fucking different articles talking about the Shamrock shake. You got to try the sex position. It'll blow your mind. Shamrock shake. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this? If you had to take a guess, what would you think that the Shamrock shake would be or consist of?
The Shamrock shake would be, as you're giving me a blowjob, I hold you upside down as to shoot the load down your throat and out your nose, possibly being a rainbow of colors. Upside down. No.
It's the gold at the end of the rainbow, a pot of gold. It's a pot of white. No, it is. All it is backwards cowgirl.
Okay.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. People are getting lazy. That's all it is. And it even says that. It says basically it's just backwards cowgirl. No shit. It's not basically. That's all that it fucking is. I was very disappointed. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm like, you guys are absolutely no.
Yeah. Just like in reverse cowgirl.
Right.
Ooh, images. Oh, look at that. Yeah, but you know what? There's several different like diagrams I'm seeing of the Shamrock shake. Literally, I'm seeing, you know, I can't even pull them up, but like 15 different positions that say the Shamrock shake sex position. Oh, Shamrock shake sex position.
Well, the 5 that I saw were the exact same fucking thing.
Were they?
Yes, they were all just backwards cowgirl.
Shamrock shake, perfect way to space them. I don't know. Maybe it's just the images. Oh, wait a minute.
Well, what are you seeing?
I don't know. This is definitely Russian disinformation right here.
Use your words.
Is what it is. Well, no, I'm seeing lots of little stick figures arranged in different things. And,
right.
You know, for some reason, they're all labeled Shamrock shake. I don't know. What do I know?
All right, so I guess whatever. Just do whatever you want.
Do your research.
You know what you could do too if you wanted to make it more of a surprise.
Well, you could do my idea and call that the Shamrock shake. Oh, I forgot that you shake her head as you're blasting off. That's right. To make sure you get it all out of her. Yeah. Now you got it.
Well, what I was gonna say is, if you really wanted to be a surprise and give it that little Irish touch, you could take a little bit of food coloring and just drip it like a couple drops down your urethra.
Does not sound like a good idea.
So when you blast, it's green.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's going to go over really well. I'm sure whoever you're banging, when they see green stuff shoot out of your dick, they're not going to be concerned at all. You're going to have to convince them. No, I swear to God, I put a food coloring in there before our
How
date.
can they see if it's already in their fucking mouth?
Well,
because if you pull it out and do it on their face or anywhere on their body instead of inside their body, it's going to stain because it's food coloring.
Okay, so, and here's my point. Like, what's the point of putting food coloring in your dick hole if they don't get to see the food coloring that you put in your dick hole?
Right, just don't shoot it on their face.
But I'm just saying, if you saw, right, you met this dude at the bar, you guys have a great time, he blasts off and it's neon green. I know you would be mad. You would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You would be horrified, and there's no way that you would keep your mouth shut about it. There's no way you would. There's no way you would just sit there and go, I'm just going to sit here and not say anything as to not embarrass this person. No, you would definitely be like, what happened to you? Why is your dick shooting neon green? What is your problem? You better have some good answers for me.
You wouldn't happen to have been to Australia lately or
Right.
visit any koala bears?
This is what I'm saying.
No.
Do you have some really weird alien version of chlamydia?
Anything
Alien
that
chlamydia.
you really should have told me before
right.
any of this?
So really, the green shot just doesn't sound like a good idea. But if it was St. Patrick's Day, somebody would put one and one together and know that it was I would think, right? Right?
Doesn't if you're fucking hammered, I don't know if you'd know, and then you're just like,
green splotches everywhere.
or if you give him a Cosby sweater, it's all the green beer, corned beef and cabbage, just blah.
What am I talking about? It might actually be pretty fun to do that and not tell anybody and just deal with the repercussions. You've already blasted. What does it matter? I have
Exactly.
post-nut clarity and whatever. You can be as upset as you want. That shit's funny.
Or it would be kind of funny if you did blue, and then so when you busted, it was blue, and be like, "Told you I had blue balls like, the whole time. It's what it was. They're real."
I don't know what would be more disturbing, blue or green jizz. I don't know.
I think both would be pretty, but the worst would be red.
No, because that you would just associate with blood, not necessarily like.
Yeah, and if blood is shooting out your dick, I think that's pretty disturbing.
Well-
if blood was coming out of our pussies, that's pretty normal.
Okay,
but-
see, the first point is the blood could be from the pussy. A, B, the dick, while it's hard, is a giant blood clot. So, like, what are we talking about here? What I'm saying is I can imagine a scenario that's not you getting some super strain of chlamydia that like immediately you would be like, oh, you tore something like you would, if you saw green or blue, you would immediately go, what is fucking wrong with you? You wouldn't be like, hey, dude, you might want to get that checked out or whatever.
You might want to get
Well,
that
no,
checked.
like there's a little bit of blood in there, so yeah, I think you tore something. Like that would be your approach, probably. You'd be a lot nicer if it was, if it did. You'd be like, you'd check your snatch and make sure that it wasn't like you.
Or what's up with the silly string, Papa Smurf?
Right, right. But if it was blue or green, that's the wrong color, I think.
That's the road. I don't like that.
Well, it's like when they made like green ketchup. Like you just couldn't.
Oh, the purple ketchup and stuff. It's like some kids, but their kids are dumb. But I couldn't get past it.
Right, because it just you expect what you expect, and when it's a different color, your brain goes, I don't like that. I don't know what it is, but
Exactly. I used to do weird stuff and weird like mixtures and shit when I was younger. Well, I remember putting yellow food coloring in my milk once, and I could swear it tasted like banana, even though there was no banana in it. It was just yellow milk.
Right.
But my head, it was fucking with me, and it was like, nope,
Nanner.
taste nanner.
definite nanner.
And I'm like,
Huh? I would think manila folder. I don't know why. Like I'm licking envelopes or something. That's what I would think if I was staring at a giant container of yellowish white.
eggnog. Like now that I think about it, manila folder.
Right. No, exactly.
How often did you go around
Delicious.
licking vanilla folders?
Yeah, vanilla folder.
It's like, God, is that why we're always spending like 3 hours at Office Depot?
No, if you could like load it up with different colors, like and just shoot out a multiple red, orange, green, blue, yellow, like, green diamonds, blue leprechauns. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what was it? The everlasting God stoppers you can spit in 7 different colors.
Exactly. that might be okay because at least then you would notice the parlor trick. Like if somebody's shooting different colors at every turn of the head, like
a Roman candle. Each rope is a different.
you would immediately know that it's some sort of trickery, and you would be like, "Yay!
It's my birthday! Whee!"
Let me see purple! Yay!"
That's a glitter bomb. Ah! God damn it, it's never going to go away now.
Get that stripper AIDS. Not the kind that you like either. There's a type of stripper AIDS you'd want and a type of stripper AIDS you don't want.
Yeah.
Right. The glitter kind you definitely don't want. No.
There's some cops that are looking for people that were fucking last St. Patty's Day next to a dumpster in the middle of the day.
So are they like going to wait for them to come back and relive their experience?
I don't know, but they're looking for them.
From last year. It's too late now.
Yeah.
Right. You missed them.
You got away with it. Well,
Right.
you got them on video.
I mean, you have pictures of their faces. Well, Ireland's not that big, really. I mean, how many?
I don't think that was in Ireland.
No?
No.
Didn't you just say Ireland?
No. I said on St. Patrick's Day. I didn't say in Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you going to look it up? Did I tell you that that they have
5 million.
5 million what?
5 million people in Ireland in 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
even though last year was 2022, but
okay, but it takes them a couple years to do censuses. So the last count was 2021. Wow. To give you some context, I think they say that there's like 8 million people that live in New York. Something like that.
Okay.
So the size of smaller than New York.
Okay.
Like maybe the size of South Florida in general. That's it. That's all of it.
So they should probably know they're tourists.
Well, I'm just saying, if you have pictures of two people banging, you know what I mean? Like, what are the chances out of 5 million people you can't find somebody that knows these two idiots and wants to rat them out because it would be so funny?
Everybody probably everybody already knows anyway. Like, oh, that's those dumpster fuckers. Wonder if it's gonna happen again this year and see how pissed they get.
You got a point.
Did you? I don't know if I talked about this before. But I still had it like in my stuff. Did we talk about an Alaskan king?
What? An Alaskan king? What the fuck's an Alaskan king?
Okay, you know how they have a California king beds? They have an Alaska king, and it's 9 foot by 9 foot.
That's big as fuck.
That is a big fucking...
That's an orgy bed right there.
That is an orgy bed.
For sure.
Dude, that would be great.
I guess it would be...
You could go all fucking spread out and not even bother the person next to you if you were just, like, the two people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good 10-person bed really there. I mean, you could put a pile of pussy on that thing, for sure.
Put a pile of something.
Well, I have what I would put on there. You can put on your Alaskan king, whatever you want to put on there.
Butter, because it's crab.
Honey, I got your giant vat of butter lube. It's coming in on a forklift.
Butter lube.
Garlic butter lube, honey. Your favorite.
Oh. I would not want to go down on a pussy that tastes like garlic butter.
No?
Even though I like garlic butter, it's not what I expect
worse, really.
pussy to taste like. I know that. It could be worse.
Garlic butter, you just go, I don't know, bring some toast.
Toast points.
Something really. Soften up a little.
Oh, look, blue cheese.
Deal with the richness a little, you know?
It's twangy.
It shouldn't be. It's garlic butter.
That's why it's weird. All right, we're going to get out of here for the night. Yeah, it's time.
Okay.
So I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, week, month, shift, trip, whatever it is that you're doing, and have a very safe and good St. Patrick's Day. Don't drink and drive.
And if it's next week and you're watching a YouTube video, whatever, hope you didn't die on St. Patrick's Day.
That's right.
Hope you still have all your fingers and toes.
And nursing a hangover or something. So smoke some weed, get some little hair on the dog to bit you, and laugh a little. So kiss and pink fights, love you. Bye. Bye. Cilantro.
Whatever that is.
It means like cheers. I used to say it at Bennigan's.
I like tacos and burritos.